just go ahead and press record there. And
what we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
I like it.
all right, let's not pull a Walters here. Nice and easy fade out. There she goes. I don't know if Walters has made that mistake the last couple weeks. I haven't listened, but the last time I listened, I remember that being a thing.
What are you listening to of Walters?
The podcast?
Oh, they're still doing that?
I haven't listened in a couple weeks. Maybe they've stopped. I don't know.
I had no idea either.
Anyways, welcome everybody to the Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix podcast. I'm Garlic. That's my buddy Josh over there. Say hi to the folks, Josh. He always insists on waving because he thinks he's funny. He's not funny. Never forget to engage the show. Our email is hiddenoaksoverdose@gmail.com. Otherwise, we have a Facebook page. Just you can search on Facebook, Hidden Oaks Overdose Football Fix, or @HoodPod, I think, in Messenger. I don't fucking know. I still don't know how that works. I talk about it every week. Josh is currently dying of mesothelioma, I believe. I want to mention at the beginning of the show, don't forget that I put the segment times in the description below, so you can skip around the podcast to our various segments as you please. That way you don't have to listen to us ramble for somewhere between 60 to 90 minutes, depending on how we're feeling that day. So go ahead and skip around. Segment times are in the description below. And yeah, Josh, how you doing, buddy?
It's been a couple weeks.
Yeah, I swear to God, it feels like it's been a month since we last recorded.
It has. It's felt like a long time, and honestly, if we wouldn't have recorded today, probably wouldn't have bothered me any.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. So your note here is, where the hell have we been? So Josh, last time we recorded, it was like 14 days ago. So that weekend I didn't really do anything, or that Thursday, Friday, Saturday I didn't do much. I think I just sat around. That Sunday I left for Charlotte, North Kakalaki. Went to go visit Titan. I was in Charlotte for a week. Came home that Friday. Sat on my ass all night and played Red Dead Redemption. That Saturday, I performed Willie's marriage. That was exciting. Didn't see you there. Thanks for showing up to Willie's wedding. That Sunday, I left Sunday morning to go to Las Vegas, Nevada, for which I was there for Jamie's bachelorette party. I was in Vegas until Monday night, and then I got up Tuesday morning and started my first day at work. So it's been a lot for me. What about you?
Well, I did not leave my house. For the most part, definitely got sick after our last podcast on Saturday. I did leave the house. I went to Dave and Buster's for a birthday party. It was my buddy Drew, his 30th birthday. He's a coworker up in Duluth. Got a wee bit wasted off of brewskis.
Brother.
Had to call the wife to come pick me up. So thank you, Nikita. I did win a bunch of tickets to win a connector set at Dave & Buster's, so that's upstairs, still in the box.
Still in the box.
I mean, I tried to play with it, but those things, I mean, it says 12 and older, but holy cow, they must have got those numbers mixed up because I can't figure it out. After that, I got sick on Sunday, carved pumpkins.
So wait, you were sick and then you got sick again?
No, I got sick from drinking, and we thought it was just a hangover on Sunday, so I just did my own thing. Woke up Monday morning, looked at the alarm clock, looked at my phone, looked at my alarm clock, coughed, called in sick. I was like, I can't do it.
A full cough, huh? That's what it took?
It was a cough, a sore throat. I couldn't open my eyes to see, so I texted my boss, and I slept till 9:30.
Nice.
Tuesday, I tried to go to work. Made it till about 11 o'clock before my fever kicked back in, and I tried typing an email, got about 4 words in, and had to close out because I didn't know what I was saying anymore. And then I went home at around noon, went to bed at around 8, woke up at 11:30 the next day, which is very late for me. And then Wednesday, I played Red Dead Redemption from about 1 o'clock to 10 p.m. And then I did that all weekend as well. I missed Willie's wedding because I still wasn't feeling up to it. Nikita was getting sick. Dogs were sick. It was a mess.
Josh, I'd like to point out, I believe I saw you at like Kevin's house or whatever that Saturday night. You sent me a snap of a dog humping Kevin.
I was there because there was a new baby, and Kaya had not thrown up in the last 4 hours since we talked.
All right, just confirming.
All right. But yeah, so that was that. Yeah, that was a pretty funny snap though. That was a little dog humping a big man's arm.
It was a great snap. I enjoyed the snap. Didn't enjoy your presence at Willie's wedding, but I enjoyed the snap.
I do apologize for that, and I do apologize for not being there, but I don't check Facebook very often, so I forgot it was even that day.
You're a monster.
I am. We've spent enough time on this. Non-football news. Dogs are expensive. I mentioned Kaya throwing up. Went to the emergency vet. Spent $350 on her there. And then Monday, this week, she ended up she woke us up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and she had pulled a muscle in her back because she fell out of the bed. So we had to go take her back to the vet Monday afternoon. And so she cost us $100 there. Now she's on pain meds, so she gets high.
Does this vet just think you're a terrible fucking owner?
Oh,
at this
no, we
point,
went to
or
a different
what?
vet for this one, just to avoid suspicion. Voting is fun.
Did you vote, Josh?
I did vote.
Who'd you vote for?
I did write-ins for every single one.
I have a crack in my mouth.
Yeah. Yeah, what's a cracker's name? That's racist, but Bradley?
Who'd you vote for, Josh?
I voted for let's see here. Here in Big Lake for a lot of the local stuff, only had one option for a lot of them.
Right, a lot of people ran unopposed.
Yep. So congrats to them. I'm assuming I hope they won. Like I told Nikita, if they didn't win, they're doing something wrong.
Oh, come on, Josh. Governor and senator are like the big ones. I don't even know who's in your district. I don't believe you're in the same district as me for like the House representatives.
Nope.
So like Senate and governor were the big ones.
Well, I voted for one person, and then I voted for another person.
Okay, Josh.
Definitely saw a legalized marijuana party on the ballot.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah. They may or may not have gotten my vote.
Red Dead Redemption 2. It looks like you're putting a lot of time into that game.
Not enough. I tried to play last night and servers wouldn't let me on, so I was pissed.
Servers won't let you on to play single player?
Yeah, it was
Really?
bonkers.
Interesting.
So now to the news that everybody wants to hear, because my personal life is boring because I don't do things. NFL, right? Write down segment time, Gar.
Josh, we got her. NFL.com headlines. Let's hear it.
Des Bryant is a saint.
Hell yeah, brother.
I don't know. I mean, I guess they don't have many wide receivers. I don't know why they'd sign somebody who has drop issues and is a bit of a diva. But hey, whatever. Distract coverage from Michael Thomas, so Michael Thomas can get 211 yards every week. Vikings claim their fifth running back. Lions running back Amir Abdullah drop Rock Thomas. Rashad Jones says he's not a quitter even though he's benched. Tannehill admits he's battling shoulder pain. Brennan told us how to handle that in Step Brothers. Darnold is not playing. He's not going to be able to lead the Jets to a overtime 3-point victory against the Bills. Jason Kelsey calls Cowboys fans all fair weather fans. So suck it, Dallas.
Damn.
And yeah, I skipped a few headlines, but there's not much of importance.
I mean, I'm
a little rusty. I need to.
We're out of practice, certainly.
Yeah.
So I like to bring him up every week. Le'Veon Bell, still not playing, tweeting though and fucking with our minds.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Did you see that video I sent you yesterday?
Yeah, I love that video for sure.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yep. I sent it to our league, and I don't think anybody watched it until about 6 p.m. And Tyler sent me a message saying that was gold.
Did you do something just like that last year? Did someone? I feel like I remember watching something like that last year.
Nope, I didn't do anything like that last year. I did a flip book last year. Like I drew a flip book on Post-it notes at work one day.
Yeah, but your flip books are like 4 pages.
Oh
Josh.
no, this one was long. This one was like a 100-pager.
Oh, all right. Well,
I mean, it was at work.
You're right. That was pretty much all you did for that day.
Yeah. Week 8 and 9 NFL results, team records.
Well, so you have no emotional reactions. You don't care about the news, even if you're rusty. We can move on.
No,
I don't care.
I don't have emotions.
Okay, you don't have. Emotions?
I mean, there were trades. I mean, Ty Montgomery got traded for half a sack of taters and 3 baby back ribs, so Mike McCarthy could eat dinner.
Yeah, you're right. There's no more news. On to week 8, week 9. Ugh.
We could talk about the Vikings games.
Yeah, Josh?
Yep.
So the Vikings, who the fuck did we play? So we played last week.
Orleans.
We played, that's right. We lost to Nolans, which was a good game. I enjoyed that game. Obviously, we lost the game, so the stat doesn't matter in the end because we lost. But it was cool to see the defense be able to hold Drew Brees to like 120 yards. I think that was it. And I don't believe he passed for a touchdown. I mean, obviously, they're beating us on the ground, and we beat ourselves, so they didn't need Drew Brees to do a lot. But that was cool just to be able to hold them. So like I think I said going into that game, I wouldn't mind losing that game. I think I got the Saints winning the Super Bowl this year, so I don't mind losing to them. They're a good team. I respect them a lot. Do you want me to just go straight into week 9, or do you want to talk about week 8?
Yeah, go ahead and do
that was the bye week? I don't remember.
No, it was not the bye week.
Josh, I'm not even. All right. So, anyways, week 9, we played the Lions, I believe. Or who did we play last week? The Lions. Sorry, Josh. I've been out of fucking town a lot. You just heard my life. Okay, I was in Vegas during that game. I was watching that game poolside on my phone. Now that I recall. Anyways, we played the Lions. We beat the Lions. Nothing too crazy there. I don't even remember Kirk Cousins being terribly bad with his awareness. At least I don't think. So
He had.
I honestly don't remember. Maybe
Okay,
he
so
was.
I just wanted to see if you had anything to say. I mean, Cousins in the New Orleans game, he had that pick 6 that he threw where it looked like he kind of just closed his eyes and threw it to the closest person. It kind of looked like one of those picks in Madden where you think someone's going to be there, and then all of a sudden they just change the route, or the player disappears,
Right.
and then the defender's right there. Like your quarterback just throws it directly to that defender.
Yep, I mean, that's pretty much exactly what happened. Obviously, you can argue that Diggs was supposed to keep going. I don't know if that's true
No,
or not.
and he definitely gave up on the route. That was not Cousins' fault that much.
I mean,
it was,
I would
it was
say
a bad
it
pass.
certainly was.
It was a bad pass, but Diggs did not do him any favors.
They were both wrong.
In the
How's
Lions
that?
game, there was one interception that he threw where I honestly had no idea what he was doing. It looked like, do you remember the Joe Webb play where he got tackled and he just threw the ball up in the air
Yeah.
in the playoffs?
Yep. He did that more than once.
It looked like that, where he was just
Really?
trying to throw the ball away, and it was clean interception by Slay. It was a zone play, so it was a good read by Slay to get there and get the ball. But
did he intercept it like right on the sideline? Well,
Yep.
doesn't it look like Thielen was underneath him and someone was above Thielen?
yep, it was
maybe?
a
Okay.
bad pass though. There
Sure.
was 3 guys in coverage. It looked like.
All right, so that's less of an awareness issue though, and more of a Kirk Cousins just being derpy as hell.
Well, yeah, he was like trying to evade a sack, and he just threw it up. It looked like
Sure.
so. Yeah, that was derp. But yeah, I mean the Vikings defense had 10 sacks. Danielle
Yep.
Hunter had 3.5.
Franchise record. Danielle Hunter, I believe, is back up to the sack leader, or at least tied for it. I don't know.
I think he's back in the lead.
Sure, because I know he was tied for the lead with Aaron Donald, and then he like had not a bad week, but less sacks, and then I think now he's in the lead or tied for the lead again. I'm not sure, but so that's cool. It's always nice to set a franchise record like that, 10 sacks in a week. That's nice. I don't really have much to add about the Vikings game, Josh. Again, I was pretty distracted for both of them. I was out of town. One of them I was watching with Mr. Titan himself in North Kakalaki. The other one I was watching on my phone, poolside in Las Vegas, like I said. So hopefully I'll be back in form this Sunday. But wait, the Vikings are on a fucking bye, so it won't matter. But
Just as entertaining as if they were actually playing a game.
we can't lose this week, so that's always a plus.
Unlike the Packers, who have lost 2 straight.
Let's talk about the Pack, Josh. Let's hear it.
Well, I was extremely happy with the way that they played against the Rams. They were in the game, obviously. They only lost by 2. One would argue that they shouldn't have lost by 2. But, you'll never know. Ty Montgomery being gone is because he's a dum-dum. Hi, doggies.
I'm about to get raped by your dogs because they haven't raped me yet today.
But no, that the decision to take the ball out of the end zone after throwing a hissy fit on the sideline beforehand because he was unsure of his role in the offense, very disappointing. Obviously, he didn't plan on fumbling, but he's always had an issue after, and I remember seeing this, but after that he had taken it out of the end zone, despite everybody telling him not to. There was a play in the bowl game when he was in college where the ball was kicked 5 yards deep in the end zone, 4 yards deep in the end zone, and his other returner tackled him to stop him from going out because he started to run out. So it's an issue he's had.
That's a cool story.
In game situations. And so I'm not disappointed to see him gone. I was rooting for him, and I have him in half my dynasty leagues just because I thought he was very versatile. I was hoping he could fill a role, but he's a butthead and I hate him. So that game, I had no issue with losing to the Rams. I had issue with how we lost to the Rams. And so there's that. Defense played great in that game, I thought. Jair Alexander is a stud. He had 6 or 7 pass breakups. He's killing it. I'm happy with that pick. I hope he can stay healthy. Hope he can continue that trend. Game against the Patriots. I think that first drive Tom Brady had kind of set the tone where he just went 10 plays, no huddle, touchdown. Just Packers defense all over the board.
I'll say this was your defense, Josh. That goes on for 32. I'll pause it there, but you get the gist.
They definitely made adjustments and they did fine. There's just a fumble in the Patriots territory by Aaron Jones that kind of shifted momentum. Patriots score, turned into a 2-possession game at that time, and then Tom Brady's wrinkly ass overthrew.
He'll never be wrinkly with that avocado ice cream, Josh. Come on, that pliability.
I guess
he's got no chance for wrinkles.
He overthrew Julian Edelman for a first down, and thank goodness. Josh Godden was there to clean up Tom Brady's mistake and turned it into a touchdown for him. And so it was, another game that I expected the team to lose, hoping that they could win, but hopefully they can turn it around. Obviously, run the table, go 11-4-1, and I'll be happy.
What's the rest of their schedule look like? I'm unsure what they got.
Well, they got Miami at home, and then they got, I think they're away at Minnesota.
Okay.
And then they get, I don't even know. I'd have to look.
I know one of our, I believe we're on the bye this week, then it's the Bears, then it's the Pack. So we got our games in 3 weeks, and then we play the Patriots and then the Seahawks. So Viking schedule's not looking great, but
yeah, let's see here. Green Bay schedule. This is great podcasting. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, brother.
We got Miami, then we're at Seattle, at Minnesota, home versus Arizona, home versus Atlanta, at Chicago, at New York Jets, and then home versus Detroit. So it's very, very possible to win out, very unlikely.
Yeah, that Arizona team is scary.
Oh, absolutely. No, Minnesota and Chicago are going to be the tough ones. Atlanta, they're turning it around, it seems. So who knows? I don't see Detroit beating us week 17, though. I think that without Golden Tate and Packers adjustments, hopefully that'll be for a playoff spot so I can watch an extra week of football, hopefully extra 4 weeks.
I mean, you can still watch football even if the Packers
No, I can't, Garlic.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Please forgive me, sir.
All right. Let's move on. I've had enough of these stupid.
No other notable games.
Not that I can think of.
It's okay. I didn't pull up the thing either, and I genuinely can't think of anything either. So I got nothing for other notable games.
I'm sure there were some things that happened.
Oh, I'm sure there was plenty, and we're glazing over all of them. So anyone who gets excited for this segment, go fuck yourself.
I just wanted to get to this next segment.
Yeah, Josh, I bet you did.
Locks and upsets, Gar.
Locks and upsets brought to us by our sponsor,
Water.
No, Josh, who puts water in a fucking pressurized can? That was clearly Arnold Palmer. Strawberry. What a crisp, refreshing taste that I definitely didn't spill onto my mic.
You drink a little louder, son.
That wasn't in the mic. I can see the fucking lines. This is in the mic.
All 4 viewers just left.
Viewers? Who's viewing a podcast?
I don't know. I tried.
Anyways, Josh, locks and upsets. It's been a couple weeks. Some things have changed.
For the better, I'd say. Week 8, I had Chicago over New York Jets. Ching! I also had Seattle upsetting Detroit. Ching! That's my good sounds.
You be careful what you say here. You're borderlining on racism right now.
All right, your turn, Gar. How did you do week 8?
Week 8, I got KC over Denver as my lock. Cha-ching. Jacksonville over Philly was my upset. That did not happen. So, yeah.
No, it did not.
I don't remember what the score was, but they lost. So, all right, Josh, week 9, what happened?
I had New England over Green Bay.
Yes!
I had Atlanta upsetting Washington.
Yes!
And how'd you do?
Well, Josh, this is how I did.
You are one pathetic loser.
No, read off your games.
I'm a pathetic loser. Dallas and Tennessee was my lock. I don't know. I don't like picking easy lock picks every week, so I picked Dallas over Tennessee because Tennessee usually was playing low-scoring games. And then my upset was Fitzmagic over Carolina. You could at least... All right, you're done. That was
I think that was
unnecessary.
I think that was necessary for how bad that game went. I mean, they did turn it around in the second half, I guess, but who cares about how it finishes? It's about how it starts.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, what the hell are you doing?
All right, so Josh just got up and walked away from the table. He's going to scold his dog that was doing littering and. Anyways, so the lock and upset leaderboard. Josh is now up to 11. Garlic is only at 8.5. T is at 2.
He's
What a
catching up.
guy. Yeah. So Josh is starting to pull away with it. Hopefully I can pull it around, but I've only got one upset that's been right this year, so I had to pick better upset picks. But anyways, Josh, speaking of picking better, who do you got this week?
I've got Philadelphia over Dallas as my lock, and then my upset is Jacksonville over Indy.
Nice. What motivated those picks? I'm curious.
Well, I think that Jason Garrett is an awful coach, and I think Philadelphia is coming. They're coming off a bye, so they have rest. They have that rest. Dallas had a Monday night game, I believe, so they are a little bit tired. So that factored into it. Jacksonville over Indy. I just think the boat is going to hand the ball off to Fournette 40, 50 times this week and throw the ball 4 or 5 times, so he'll only have 3 or 4 interceptions, and then hopefully lead to a win.
Also, I don't feel like there were many good upset picks this week.
No,
because I was
were
definitely
not.
eyeing that one up as well. My lock this week, thanks for asking, Josh. My lock this week is the Chargers over Auckland. That's New Zealand. I don't know why they're playing a New Zealand team, but anyways. And then my upset's going to be Carolina over Pittsburgh on Thursday night. So I'll know on Thursday night whether I'm a loser or not. So that's cool.
All right. Can't wait to report that you're a loser on Friday.
Hey, that hurts my feelings.
Yeah. So that's our lock and upsets. Preview for NFL Week 10. Vikings are a bye. Yeah. Packers play Miami at home. If the Packers lose, I quit this podcast. I'm just not coming back.
Why?
I don't want to.
Brock Lobster?
Yeah, exactly. Brock Lobster.
Brock Lobster.
Other notable games. I'm actually excited for this Thursday night game. Carolina-Pittsburgh. That was one of my upset picks. Carolina's been doing well. I'm also excited for the Philadelphia-Dallas game, just because division matchups usually good. I'm excited for New England and Tennessee because Josh Godden.
Josh, you're the only 10 I see.
Oh, babe. And yeah, I guess I don't have a schedule in front of me, and I'm too lazy to look it up.
Safety.
So we'll wrap that segment up here.
Holy shit, that was a stinky one. I'm sorry, Josh.
Oh God.
Anyways, yeah, so preview week 10. Wow, what an exciting preview. Moving on to our greatestly named segment, the general fantasy segment. Segment. Do we need a sounder or something? Josh, you're supposed to be the creative one. Why haven't you come up with a new fucking name for that segment yet?
That is my creative name for that segment because it gets us started.
That was my name. I picked that name.
Yeah, but you said to come up with a new name, so I came up with
You came up with the exact same thing I came up with?
Yeah, I changed it.
I can't see what you changed. I can't.
Oh, it says generalistic fantasy.
Generalistic. You think you're so fucking funny. Anyways, Josh, where do we start? We start with top performers of the week. I don't suppose you have pulled up, do you?
Oh, I do. We have top performers of the week. New Orleans. They're
Just the whole team.
Well, Michael Thomas, 39.1 in PPR, and Elvin Kamara, 33.6 in PPR. Then we have Kareem Hunt with 33.1, Christian McCaffrey with 32.7, Tevin Coleman, 32.6, Drew Brees with 31.4, Duke Johnson, 29.6.
Duke.
And then we've got quite a few people who are around 29, 28. I stopped at Duke Johnson just because 1, 2, 3 of the guys before him were on my team in our redraft league. So suck it, T.
Yeah, we'll talk about that more a bit later. So now, Josh, before we start to offer fantasy advice, we have to give our fans a grain of salt. So let's talk about our fantasy records here for just a second. I'll go first this week because you usually go first. Last week I went 5-3. This week I went 4-4. So still pretty average. I don't think I've had a good week yet where I win more than 5 games. So I'm always getting at least 3 losses a week. Anyways, my overall record is 33-39. So not terrible. Definitely could be a lot better though. So listen to me less than you listen to Josh, I guess.
I went 5-2 this week. Oh, hi, Kyle.
Kai is just licking the mic and licking your face. And
the 2 games that I lost in were leagues at $50 redraft league for Victoria's Secret. I can never win in that league because I suck and I hate it. And then Deflate These Balls, which is our Dynasty league with the Coon Rapids people. I lost in 4-5 in both those leagues, 5-4 in 2 leagues, 7-2 in the redraft league, and then 8-1 in 2 leagues. So, woo.
Must be nice.
But my overall fantasy record in my 7 leagues is 41-22.
You're pulling away significantly there, Josh. I don't like that.
Yeah, well, what can you say?
I can say, fuck you, stop doing so good.
All right.
Boom.
I guess you can say that.
Yeah, I sure can.
But yeah, so historical stud and dud performances. Last week, I did good. I got both of them right. So, yay. I am now, I'm sorry, I got lost because I was trying to think of which week we were on. For my stud predictions, I had been negative. I was at like negative 15, 16. I am now just down to -2 after Breezes got me 31.4 over and 14 points over his projected 17.6. And AB was 3 points under his projection. So that got me in my dud prediction up to 19.2 positive.
Sir, I have a complaint.
What?
I've been wanting to talk about this for weeks, and nothing's going to be done about it, but I just want to point out that your dud figures are significantly inflated.
Why?
The 1 week Dalvin Cook didn't play. He was projected 16. Obviously, he got 0 because he didn't play, but that boosts your numbers significantly. I mean, I wouldn't be beating you either way, so it's not like I'm trying to position myself otherwise, but those numbers
I was going to say, it'd still be positive.
Okay, Josh, you'd be positive 1 instead of 17. All I'm saying is you're Josh,
you're right.
The books are cooked, and that is all. The books are cooked.
Yeah, well, maybe if you tell your running back to actually play the game instead of being so injury prone.
Oh, okay, Josh, you can come at my running back all you want. Why isn't yours on the field more?
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, how's that working out? Ask the Rams and ask the Patriots.
All right, how'd you do last
games
week?
Without him.
How'd you do last week, Mr. Deshaun Jackson's going to be a stud?
Well, the last couple weeks, Josh, just to go back so you don't diminish my performance, the Patriots defense, which was my stud 2 weeks ago that you shit upon, that got me a nice net of 10 points there, I believe. I can't really read that because my computer screen is fucked. And then OBJ was my dud, and he was not a dud. Last week, though, you're correct. Deshaun Jackson was my stud prediction, and he was anything but studly. Drastically hurt me there. I picked Robert Woods as my dud, and he did indeed underperform, so that was nice. Overall, I'll get to my predictions in a second, but overall, I am... The fuck is that? Josh, can you read me my overall? It's negative 6.1, I think.
Negative 6.1, yeah.
Yeah, so overall, I'm negative 6.1. I'm doing better on my studs than I am my duds. My studs I have positive, my duds are negative. But this week, I've got the future Brett Favre, one Mr. Nicholas Mullins. He's only projected a measly, what does that say, 14.2? He will easily outperform that. And my dud this week, Travis Kelce, projected 18.2. And they're playing Arizona. Travis Kelce doesn't even need to be on the field to beat that team. So I'll pick him as my dud just because he is unneeded offensively this week. Holy dicks.
All right. I will cover Eric's equestrian. We didn't get his projections on there because I didn't check the Facebook page to get the projections for last week's. But he said Sutton would be a stud, and I can confirm that he definitely beat whatever projection he had put.
Quit being dicks.
And as far as a dud, he picked Mike Evans. I can guarantee Mike Evans was a dud because he only got 1 catch for 16 yards. And you want to know how I know that? Because I have him in a league. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I'll have to put those numbers in, though, because his performance has been good so far. If he's starting to shit the bed, we need to
yeah,
correct
and
that.
he definitely said stud. Tyler Boyd this week, who's projected 14.4 in our league, which is a full point PPR. I really hope he's accurate on that because I have Tyler Boyd in another league, and I'm really banking on him being my wide receiver 2 the rest of the season. So hopefully you're right.
The rest
there,
of the
Eric.
season? What happened to your wide receivers that Tyler Boyd is your number 2?
Well, I have Mike Evans, Tyler Boyd, and Josh Gordon. So obviously Josh Gordon's number 1, Tyler Boyd's number 2, Mike Evans benched. And then he said Pat Mahomes is going to be a dud, 22.9 projection in our league. I think this was more of a spite pick than anything, just because we have him in our Dynasty League. For my predictions this week, my stud, the one, the only, Josh Gordon. Projected 12.4 going up against Tennessee. I can easily see him doubling that in the first half. So we'll check in. My dud of the week, Trubisky. I don't think he's going to put up 20. I think that they'll be run heavy this week because Detroit's defense is bad at the run, and I hope they're playing Detroit because I haven't checked and I just guessed.
I believe we have one more person to discuss here, Josh. We have a newcomer
We do.
to the Studs and Duds segment.
We do. I even have her own separate sheet on here.
I see that. I believe it's not a separate sheet. It's a separate,
Well,
like,
it's separate
8
segment,
columns. But yeah, so I'm pretty sure, for the record, this person has a bigger cock than Josh does. She predicted this week as a stud, one Mr. Antonio Brown. He's currently projected 18.6, I think my screen says. So, I mean, 2 touchdowns, and he's pretty much there. And then her dud this week, Josh. Do you want to discuss your wife's dud this week?
I think this was another spite pick because
Oh, do you?
my wife hates
Oh,
me.
do you?
She picked Josh Gordon, JG10, JG12, but Tom Brady's a wrinkly bastard and wants to keep that number, to be a dud. We already told you it's 12.4. So one way or another, one of us is going to be right. And I hate to say it, but I'm always right.
Are you?
No.
That is correct.
All right. Wow, we had 2 feature Facebook comments.
Yeah, that was 2 Facebook comments this week, Josh.
Moving on up.
To the east side.
All
to
right.
a deluxe apartment
Yep, nope,
in the
too far.
sky.
This week's This or That's.
Oh. Yeah, hold on. Speaking of this or that, I see that you're not recording my this or that, so that makes me feel great. Appreciate that.
It's not my job to fill it in.
It's your job to do everything in the notes. What do you mean it's not your job to fill it in?
I'm going to kill you in your sleep.
All right. Anyways, no, that didn't work. You can try again.
I'm gonna take a pillowcase and fill it full of bars of soap and beat the shit out of you.
Hey, I tell you what, you can take a good look at a butcher's ass by sticking your head up there, but wouldn't you rather take his word for it?
Called reading. Top to bottom, left to right. Group words together as a sentence. Take Tylenol for any headaches. Midol for any cramps.
I give you the same advice when it comes to filling in
You're
notes.
breaking my balls here, huh? You're breaking my balls.
What the heck are you guys doing? Trying to ruin my life and make me look like a friggin' idiot?
Throw me a frickin' bone here. I'm the boss. Need the info.
There's a bunch of losers in Minnesota.
Yeah, I think we should stop it there. We could just
Yeah.
go all night.
Yeah.
Anyways, this or that's, Josh. Do you want to...
I could start us off with the QBs.
All right.
We have Jared Goff versus Seattle or Philip Rivers at Oakland. Go!
Oh, I'm going Rivers for sure, Josh. This is a silly question to ask me.
All right. RB, Aaron Jones.
What did you pick, Josh?
I picked Goff versus Seattle. Just because I think that Seattle's offense is going to make it more of a passing game, keep it a little bit closer. RB, Aaron Jones versus Miami or Dion Lewis versus New England.
Dion Lewis, because Aaron Jones won't stay on the field because Mike McCarthy sucks. Yeah.
I picked Dion Lewis too. Same reasons. RB2, Nick Chubb versus Atlanta or Marlon Mack versus Jacksonville. And that is if Mack plays because I just saw he's on the injury report after the bye week.
Oh, I'll go Marlon Mack. Yeah.
I went Nick Chubb. Wide receiver. We're doing it a little bit different this one.
What?
Usually we do 2 wide receivers. We're going to do, I did the top, 6 wide receivers in our PPR league. And it's top 6 that are playing this week. Pick 2. between Michael Thomas at Cincinnati, Devontae Adams at Miami, or versus Miami at home, Antonio Brown versus Carolina on Thursday, Tyreek Hill versus Arizona, Julio Jones at Cleveland, or Odell Beckham at San Francisco. Pick 2.
I'll take Tyreek Hill and Michael Thomas, yeah.
I took Devontae Adams and Julio Jones.
Really?
Yep. I mean, you really can't go wrong with any of those picks, but hey. Flex, George Kittle versus New York Giants, or AP at Tampa Bay.
I'll go with Adrian Peterson all day.
I went with George Kittle.
That's a fair pick.
Yeah, I tried to keep him close this week. I don't even know what they're all projected, so. And that concludes Team Name Update.
See, isn't it fun to say?
It is, yeah.
I want to get that sound clip, but I don't want to ask them for it. I'll have to like steal it somehow because I want that sound clip, but I want it to be stolen. Anyways, anywho, anything else on this or that's, Josh? No, it's supposed to be a speed segment, but
nope.
Alrighty, folks. Ding, 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 ding. You're hearing it here first. We are now moving on to the more personal section of our podcast. We're going to talk about the 3 different fantasy leagues that Josh and I share, and other stuff we fit in there. But anyways, we always start first by talking about our redraft league that Josh and I are both in together. Josh, I'm pretty sure you were the greatest performance of the year so far. So why don't you just go ahead and tell us about your fantasy performance this week in the redraft league. Put down your phone.
Oh, yeah.
Talk about stuff. Put down your phone.
I'm ready. I'm waiting for you to get...
Okay, you don't need the soundboard to
I
start
do.
the segment, but...
I do.
There.
I am killing in my fantasy.
I am 7-2 right now.
Hot diggity dog.
And as you said, I was a top performer this week, beating the second top performer of the week. I beat T 189.5 to T's 158.4. My notes I had put on here of the pass catchers, since we don't have a designated tight end slot.
Because we shouldn't.
I had 3 of the top 7, totaling 89.6 points, so nearly half of my points. But T would have beat everybody else in this league. So sorry, T, you drew the short straw and played the future champion. Sucks to be you. Next matchup.
Future champion. That's a good one.
All right, Mr. 3-6.
Hey, well, you know what? I was 0-6 not too long ago, so fuck off. Next, we got Jamie versus Garrett. It looks like Jamie won 123.5 to Garrett's 96.3. Then Josh didn't write any notes, and I didn't look at this, so Lay Victory Bell herself, without Le'Veon Bell, won this week. I'd just like to take a moment to talk about how disappointed I am in most of this league with their lazy team naming abilities. That is all.
Derek beat Brad 118.4 to Brad's 86.2. No notes written down on this matchup, but let's just remind everybody that Brad was Garlic's pick for the championship.
It's true. Him and T
put up 86 points this week, which was second lowest in the league.
Notice how you said second lowest, Josh.
We'll get to who was the lowest.
Moving on to our next matchup. Garlic comeback confirmed. Garlic beats Nikita 120.8 to Nikita's 119.7. Suck it, Nikita. You're upstairs right now, and you might listen to this, so suck it. I beat you. Neener. Stick your head in deeters. Yeah, so I beat Nikita by 1.1 points. It definitely helped me that Chicago's defense was a nice mean 29 points.
Did you know that you guys were tied with 3 minutes left in the Packers game? And Julian Edelman caught like a 1-yard pass.
Yeah, I'm sure that's all it takes, Josh.
It is, because that got you 1.1 points.
Like I said, Josh.
Woo!
I've rattled off 3 in a row, Josh. Garlic playoffs confirmed.
All right. Next matchup, we had Jordan versus Nate. Jordan beat Nate 123.6 to Nate's 107.8.
Fucking Kaya is relentless, dude. She's going to break out of jail one day. Odin's just like, you're a fuck.
Yep. So Jordan beat Nate. That was, not a close matchup, but it wasn't necessarily the worst. I think Nate had Kamara, who gave him a third of his points.
That'll do it. Willie v. Hammer. Willie takes 118.1 all the way down Hammer's throat because Hammer only got 77. So that was the lower score of the week that Josh was referencing earlier. Hammer is the reigning champion, and that's not great. However, Josh notes here that Hammer had 6 or 7 bench players on bye, so the
6
guy...
out of his 7 bench players.
Oh, excuse me. 6 out of his 7 bench players all on a bye. So it was just one of those weeks for Hammer. Pretty sure he still has a better record than me, so good for you, buddy.
Moving into the standings, we've got yours truly alone on top for once. Instead of sharing it, 7-2. Then we've got 4 teams at 6-3. T, Derek, Brad, and Willie in that order based on points scored. Then we've got Jordan at 5-4. Those are your current playoffs. Then we've got Hammer at 4-5. Garlic at 3-6.
Now, see that? That's the kind of winning attitude that's going to take this enterprise straight to the top.
And we've got 4 at 3-6, I should say. Garlic, Nikita, Jamie, and Nate, and then Garrett bringing up the rear at 2-7. So it's still anybody's. I'll say it. It's still anybody's ball game. Nobody's necessarily ruled out. Although I think that if Garrett loses and Jordan wins, or everybody in the top wins, then Garrett's eliminated. Willie adds MVS after Geronimo Allison went down, and then people swapped to D's. That's really all I saw.
People swapped D's, huh? I've always been trying to get myself up to a nice black model myself. Maybe add some inches of length, some inches of girth. That sounds nice. Josh, I'll just point out, you did skip over the Stinky Tinkies, not to pick on your wife, but just if you want to do Stinky Tinkies. We don't have to. I don't really care.
No, we can. Let's do it.
So the Stinker Tinker this week.
Okay. Such a better choice.
Is this the point where you're going to talk, or am I going to talk?
If she would have played Derrick Henry over Jalen Richard, she would have gotten 2.3 more points and ended up winning.
Suck it, Nikita.
I will say that she picked up the defense I was going for, and she had asked me last night, she's like, I need to get a new defense for this week. Do you think I should pick up the Jets? And I just submit my claim for them. And this is where I'm going to chew you out, because not only did you get rid of tight ends, you got rid of the free agency auction budget. So now it's just waiver order, and there's no bidding for players.
This league has never had an auction.
It did last year.
No, it did not.
Sure did.
No, it didn't.
Sure did.
Josh, no, it did not.
Sure did. I would know. I was the commissioner. Yep.
No, it didn't.
All right. Whatever you say. This league's never had tight ends either.
What?
See how easy it is for me to lie?
I mean, I'm not... Okay, Josh. You're over there on your high horse. Anyways, yeah. That pretty much does it for that. Do you want to do the side bet, Josh?
Oh, yeah. The side bet was dead weight. So, person who... week 8 side bet was stay on target, which Willie won because he was only 3.3 points away from his projection. Week 9 was dead weight, so the winning team with the lowest scoring player, Josh, that's me, despite having the league high for this week, had 1 point from the Seattle defense, and that got me the side bet. Upcoming side bet is flexual healing. So the highest scoring flex player will end up taking home the extra prize money. Quit rubbing your nipples.
Oh.
Anything else you want to add about this league?
I generally can't read what it says, but I see a section that says notes for missed pod. I don't know if you already covered that or not.
Oh, yeah. I said T has lost 2 straight and Gar's won 2 straight. Seems a lot like collusion to get the family members in the playoffs.
I mean, I'm not losing to T in those 2 weeks, so I don't know how
Seems
that's
a lot
collusion.
like collusion to get 2 family members in the playoffs.
Yeah, Josh, whatever you say. Dumbass.
But yeah, moving on to Hidden Oaks Dynasty.
Holy dicks, Michael Vick. What the fuck is going on right now?
Well, you know, they're just talking.
If that's talking, then I don't want to hear what fucking squealing's like. Holy, you're raising pigs.
Yeah. So let's get into the Hidden Oaks Dynasty League. Matchup 1. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this.
Josh, you can't just go around stealing people's bits like that. That's unbelievable.
Well, I can when I beat the person who started the bit, 132.05 to 115.9. The former champs sitting at a cool 3-6 in that league.
I'm fine by that. Notice how there's no Stinky Tinky, so I would have lost no matter what. Anyways, Derek beats Hammer, and the biggest blowout of the century. Derek has hold on, let me one more time. Derek has 217.1 points to Hammer sets 99 point something, 0595. I don't fucking know. But anyways, Derek absolutely fucking Josh play the Rafi, play it, killing it.
I am killing in my fantasy.
Holy dicks, Derek. 217 points. Yeah, impressive.
T beat Jalen 129.75 to 120.75. So T won that game, by 9. Jalen could have won with Adam Humphries, who put up 30 or 29 over any of the wide receivers he had played. Any of them. And he would have gotten the win.
Any of them.
So not that type of play isn't going to get you the championship you've already claimed to win.
It's true. T playing spoiler a bit there. Next matchup, Kevin loses to Nate. 115.9 to 93.8. Kevin has one win this year, but it wasn't this week.
And a couple high scoring. Oh, God, what happened there?
I don't know. I can't see your
the
screen.
Second and third highest scores of the week played each other. Willie beating Connor 171.05 to Connor's 158.25. So
suck it, Connor. Suck my dick. Suck it, Connor.
That was a close game. Add drops of the week. The Gars added stud running back Cordarrelle Patterson.
Hell yeah, brother. He's still listed as a wide receiver, though, so.
Yeah, but, ESPN, he's already got the dual positioning.
Hell yeah, brother.
Standings at this point, Nate alone at top at 7-2. Go Nate. I have a feeling that Nate's gonna get his playoff wishes and do some work there. I'm getting a phone call from the doctor's office. 2 teams at 6-3, Derek and Jalen. After that, Connor, Josh, and Willie, 5-4. And then we've got T at 4-5. Gars at 3-6, Hammer set at 3-6, and Kevin at 1-8.
Brutal. Here's a hot take for you, Josh. The current reigning, defending world heavyweight champions are gonna miss the playoffs. Pretty fucking hot take, if I do say so myself.
I could have told you that week 1.
You're so fucking funny, Josh. I can't wait until you lose to fucking Jalen. That would be your worst case scenario. And I'm gonna fucking root for it. I'm gonna campaign for that shit. The elections are over, but not in my mind.
All right. Moving on to the league that matters, BSB.
Hell yeah, brother.
Let's stop with that, please.
I will never stop with that. The point where you continue talking.
Not if you're going to continue with that.
Josh? That's so.
All right. So we've got the BSB Dynasty League. Some things have happened. But, whatever.
No, Josh. You said you're going to tear those things apart.
Brett and Brett decided to leave this league.
Bunch of fucking neener-nonners fucking crying up a storm. I don't even know which sound clip I want to play right now. I don't want to play one, so you just sit there and just sit for a second. God damn it.
Jackass!
Here we go. This is what I want.
What we're dealing with here is a complete lack of respect for the law.
Winds of shit are in the air.
Yeah. I'm fine with it until I saw the reasons why. Because not once did they offer a trade for Philip Rivers.
The Rivers.
And so they could have had an opportunity. We're willing to deal. So
hell yeah, brother.
Oh my God. So sucks that he's gone. But in the
they're gone, Josh. It was Brett and Brett. 2 people. Come on.
Well, I didn't know if he had multiple personality disorder or anything.
Oh yeah. Have you seen Split? That shit cray?
Yeah, there's a sequel to it coming out.
I mean, it's the 3rd in a trilogy, but
I guess. He left, got replaced by somebody. I think his name is Drogon, which I hope is after Game of Thrones and not his actual name.
Gone? Yeah, I have no idea.
Already making moves. So good for him.
Making money moves.
But we'll get into the breakdown of what happened this week. Hidden Oaks Overdose crushed Futtbuckers 144 to 99.56. We also had we had the week high, so good for us.
See, Josh, we can do that bit together now.
We can. Our top 4 scorers would have outscored their entire starting roster.
Suck it, fuckers. Yeah.
You want to know who our top 4 were?
Who were they, Josh? I'm going to guess it was Mahomes, Michael Thomas, and I don't know the other 2.
Kareem Hunt and
the other Packer guy, Vaz Skelding.
Josh Gordon.
Ew, that's right. He did have one good week this year, didn't he? Ugh.
One great week, followed by perfect weeks after this.
I see.
Next matchup, go ahead and take us away.
I was going to say. So we got Check My Balls. That's our commissioner. I get it confused. Check My Balls, our commissioner, beat Cock Knockers 91.96 to 64.24. And I was shocked to see that, but that's not even the lowest score of the week, Josh. There's 2 scores lower than that. So holy dicks. I'd say Check My Balls got lucky on that one, but apparently the whole league just took this week off.
Yeah. John Osburton's beat the Bretts 113.72 to 88.86.
The artist formerly known as Bretts.
Yeah. So that one wasn't necessarily close, but whatever.
Your dog's eating a box if you want to yell at her.
That's a shoebox.
Happy Bears. Emotional Bears fan beats Erect Dicker 79.3 to 61.3. 61.3, still not the lowest score of this league, Josh.
Touching down my pantsing, beat Abby's Dalton's Abby, 107.68 to 100.34. The only stinky tinky of the week once again belongs to Adam Humphries. If he would have played Adam Humphries over Chris Godwin, that would have got the win. Same team, same position, just start him.
Yeah. Our last matchup of the week, Alex Smith first round beats No Girlies, No Cup, the cursed team that it is, 114.05 to 46.76. Josh, I have got to imagine that they have stopped in their lineup at this point. There's no way with 7 starters or however many it is that person scored 46.76 points. Josh is currently looking it up on his phone, which is great of him as a podcast host because I wasn't going to do it. But I genuinely want to know if that was a full set of starters or if this person has just given up on themselves and their team because they named their team something stupid, something they had no right to name their team, and this is what they got.
So
The result,
there were
meat,
definitely
potato salad.
No players listed were on a bye.
No,
But they
starters?
had Jordy Nelson, who put up 2.6.
Okay.
Tyler Irvin, who put up 0. Gronk put up 0. He was a late scratch, so if they didn't check. John Brown put up 3, and Jared Cook put up 3. So it's definitely a lineup that you could have. They had Breeze on the bench, who put up almost... Breeze put up 39.4 on their bench. Their entire team put up 46.
Have doubled their fucking score just about.
But yeah, they really have nobody on their team. I'm sorry, this team is bad.
Yep. See, this is Josh, this is like a scenario. I mean, it's similar to Kevin in our league, not nearly as bad, obviously, but this is why if I ever get the chance to commission a Dynasty league on my own, or if I get to change the rules in ours, we'll have a salary cap or something like that, because teams like that are just going to be garbage for years to come. And it's unfortunate in the Dynasty setup. Anyways, moving on to standings, because Josh did all the other standings. I believe it was in our bye week. Josh and I took a bye week as we rightly deserve in the football season. But TD My Pants, they lost 2 weeks ago, would have been, or the week we missed. Is that true, or did they lose before?
I can't remember.
Cool. Anyways, they're no longer undefeated. They are 8-1. Guess who else is 8-1, Josh?
We are!
However, TD My Pants is absolutely fucking crushing it in points for, so we're still in second. But we're tied. Check My Balls is at 7-2. Dalton Abbey and Emotionals Bears fan are both 6-3. Futtbuckers is 5-4, and that rounds off the current playoff picture. Alex Smith first round is 4-5, along with Jono's Burtons. Cockknockers is 3-6. Erect Dicker is 2-7. The artists formerly known as Brett and Brett are 1-8 and out of the league because they're so bad. But they're not as bad as Zero Girly Zero Cup, the imposter that he or they are, at 0-9.
I just realized we didn't do any of next week's matchups for any league.
Do you want to go back and do them?
No.
I'm gonna scroll real quick to see if there's any matchups I care about, because we are getting close to playoff pictures here, Josh. We gotta start thinking about that stuff.
I guess in the Hidden Oaks Redraft League, I played Derek. I'm 7-2. Derek's 6-3.
All right, hold on. I'm just renaming our segment because we fucked up. What time do we talk about this? We'll call it 54:40.
54 minutes.
54:40.
I'm sick of hearing me talk.
Next week. I spelled next with an R-U, Josh. I think I'm having a fucking stroke. Oh my God, that was bad. I started spelling next, and literally what came out was R-U. Just the letter R and the letter U for next week. None of those letters appear anywhere in those two words. Oh my God. Anyways.
Wait. Next week?
Yeah, tell me where the R and U is in next week.
N-U-X-T?
You got me. Anyways, I can't read. Josh, who the fuck do I play next week in the redraft league? Is it T? It looks
no, you played
short.
Nate.
Okay.
Both 3-6. So no playoff implications there.
How dare you, Josh? Garlic playoff confirmed.
Garrett could spoil some of T's seeding by beating him 2-7 versus 6-3. Nikita could spoil Brad. Nikita's 3-6. Brad's 6-3. Jordan and Will are both in the playoffs, but they're both kind of 6-3, 5-4 on the cusp of it. So that could be an implication game.
Are you stretching your neck, or?
I got really lightheaded for a second.
Okay.
Lock this one off.
All right, Josh. So everyone knows when you're lightheaded, that's when you get up and walk around so you can fucking faint onto your concrete cement floor. I guess. So Josh has literally walked away from the podcast, and I can't read what my computer screen says, so I'll move it to this screen. There we go. Look at how beautiful it is. In the Dynasty League, Josh is playing T. Josh is 5-4. T is 4-5. They're both on that playoff bubble. Josh is currently in. T is currently out, but T wins. That picture could change quick. Hammer plays Jalen, so Hammer Set could be spoiling Jalen a bit there. Kevin and Derek play each other, so Derek's not necessarily quite a lock for the playoffs yet, but it's pretty much looking like it. However, Kevin could play spoiler if he wants. It would not be in his best interest because Kevin definitely wants that number 1 pick. So I won't take anything against him from tanking. An exciting matchup this week is going to be Nate v. Connor. They're both in the playoff picture. Nate's currently seeded 1. Connor's currently seeded 4 if the playoffs are today. So that could fuck with seeding there, like Josh was talking about before. And then Willie and the Gars play. Willie's currently 5-4, and he's that last playoff spot, and we are 3-6. So playoffs aren't looking very good for us, but if we beat Willie, we could let T sneak in there, or Josh, because then there's a potential for 4, 5-5 teams after this week. So depending on how the matchups fall out, that could be exciting and definitely change the playoff picture as we get closer. Moving lastly into the BSB League for the next week's matchups. Josh is still gone. We are playing Check My Balls, so Eric's Sequestrian, or Eric's Kesterus, however the fuck you say your last name. We hope to beat you. We hope Patrick Mahomes is not the dud you predicted him to be this week. We are 8-1, you're 7-2, so both hopefully in the playoffs. Definitely we could kind of spoil each other's seeding. Obviously, we would like that first round bye, just because it's one less chance to lose in the playoffs, but we'll see. We could trade bye spots depending on how this week goes. Cock Knockers is playing Abby Dalton, or Dalton Abbey. They're 3-6 to Dalton Abbey's, or Cock Knockers 3-6 to Dalton Abbey 6-3. Futbuckers plays Bears Fan. Some seeding potential there. They're both in the playoff hunt. Bears Fan currently in, and Futbuckers also currently in. Wait. I see some discrepancies in the data, but it doesn't matter at this point. TD My Pants is going to play Alex Smith first round. Alex Smith first round is looking to sneak into playoffs, where TD My Pants is currently that number 1 seed. Zero Grilly Zero Cup's going to lose to Jonas Burton this week because they fucking suck. And the new, what'd you say that guy's name was? Gorgon or Jorgon or
Drogon? I don't know.
Yeah, I could pick up my phone that is 2 inches in front of me and read it from Slack, but I'm not gonna. He's gonna play Rec Dicker 1-8 versus 2-7, both pretty much out of the playoffs. I don't think it's guaranteed yet, but I'll say it is. That'll be my hot take. Outro. I gotta go back to see the segment start time. Currently 59. We'll call it 59:15. Josh, thank you for having me per always. You're beautiful.
Bye.
Wow, that was well said. That was really magical. Yeah, don't forget to engage the show if you want or if you can. Our email is hiddenokesoverdose@gmail.com. Our Facebook page is just our name, Hidden Oaks Overdose, Football Fix. Don't forget the segment times are in the description below. Right now, you're currently listening to the end of the podcast, so if you forgot about that, you're probably dumb unless you skipped first to the outro, which also doesn't make any fucking sense, but, you know, I'm not here to tell you how to live your life. Yeah, that's all I got. Josh is gone, and we're happy to be back. Sorry we missed last week, but, you know, everyone deserves a bye week, so, yeah. I think Josh is dying. If you're still listening, here I am talking to you. Thanks for listening through the music. I love this music. Little known fact about this music, I picked this as our outro song every week because it was played by Bernie Burns in his vlog series he did, I think, last year, 2 years ago at this point. But Bernie Burns is a big internet personality that I like a lot, and I don't want to say he inspired the podcast because that's certainly not true. We stole it from Walters and Alex, but big fan of Bernie Burns, so that's why I play this music. I got it from him, so just one little homage to Bernie Burns. The music's done now, so this is where I stop the recording.